Hello everyone, welcome to UN College Digital Class. I am Manisha Manaswini Padhy, lecturer in the Department of MCom in Finance and Control. So here I am covering your marketing portion. So in my previous video lectures, I have discussed about marketing introduction, concepts of marketing, philosophies of marketing, marketing mix, the components of marketing mix in detail. Okay, so I hope you have seen those videos. In my today's video lecture, I will be covering marketing functions. That means the functions which are being carried out in order to do a marketing of a product. So let's start with today's video lecture. Marketing is not just act of selling. Marketing functions include all the activities which provide the connecting link between producer and consumer. Marketing functions are performed by the manufacturer and all middlemen in the machinery of distribution. So marketing is not just the act of selling. So in my previous video lectures, I have already told that marketing is not selling. Selling is a part of marketing. Selling is a subset and marketing is a superset. So marketing includes a lot of things besides selling, that is promotion, purchase, then different promotional activities, advertisement, sales promotion, etc. So marketing is not selling. So marketing functions include all those activities which are needed in order to reach the consumer. So marketing functions include the activities before producing the raw materials, and it constitutes of activities till after sales service. Okay, so there are different type of marketing functions which are being carried out in order to do a marketing strategy. Okay, so other thing here is marketing functions are performed by the manufacturer and all the middlemen. So marketing function starts with the manufacturer and ends with the person who sells that product to the consumer. So it includes different kind of middlemen like manufacturer or producer, wholesaler, agent, retailer, different delivery companies, online delivery services, etc. So all these middlemen are included in marketing functions. Okay, so we will discuss the functions of marketing one by one. So first marketing function is the product planning and development. It is an important function of marketing which involves a number of decisions like what to manufacture, how to get the packaging done, how to fix the price, how to sell a product, etc. So therefore, it is necessary to plan and develop products according to the requirements of the customers. The success of marketing depends upon the proper planning and development of the product. So first function under marketing is product planning and development. So all of us know what is planning. Planning means thinking before doing something. So if we want to understand the definition of planning, this is the answer to the questions like what to do, how to do, who will do this, how this work will be done, when to do this. Okay, so planning answers all of these questions. So what is product planning? Before planning a production of a product, the manufacturer or the producer has to do different kind of marketing research so that the producer can find out whether this product should be produced or other type of product should be produced. Okay, so basically what does product planning do? Product planning gives an clear picture in the mind of the producer that this is the demand of the consumer, this particular product is the preference of the consumer, so this product will be produced. Okay, so basically product planning gives answer to the questions like what to produce, for whom to produce, how to fix up the price of the product, how to sell the product, how to reach the product at large. Okay, how to reach the consumer at large, how to make the products available with the consumer, etc. So this is what included in product planning, and then comes the concept of product development. Not only planning, that plan should be implemented in the development of that product, then only that product will be successful in the market. Okay, so product planning and development is the first function of marketing which is needed in order to be successful in the competitive market. Next one is our buying and assembling. So buying has to be done in a systematic manner because it is said that goods well bought are half sold. For systematic buying, there should be a proper coordination between the purchasing officer and marketing officer. This will help to buy the right type of goods. So obviously buying means, here buying basically tells purchasing the raw materials. If a producer purchases bad quality of raw material, then the end product, the output product will not be of good quality. Okay. So that is why this is said that goods well bought are half sold. That means if we purchase good quality of raw material, then only at that time we can think of that my product will get sold, because my product is of good quality. Okay. So for the systematic buying of the raw material, there should be a proper coordination between the purchasing officer and the marketing officer. So purchasing officer and marketing officer are under the middle level management of every company. So they should have proper coordination between themselves, so that they can plan what quantity goods should be produced, what will be the quality of that raw material. Okay. So if purchasing officer and marketing officer will not plan properly, will not act coordinatingly, then producing goods will not be easier for the producer, because raw materials will not be available, or the quality of the raw materials will not be good. Okay. So buying basically helps to buy right type of goods which will definitely give return with better quality of output, which will preferred by the consumers. So that was buying. This is assembling. Assembling means collection and concentration of goods already purchased from different sources. Generally, goods are purchased from different small producers. They are assembled at a central place in order to sell them for further production. So basically, what does assembling mean? Assembling means collecting and concentrating the raw material which is purchased, because the raw materials gets purchased from different kind of sources. So the second function under marketing is the buying and assembling. So buying and assembling are related to each other. If we are purchasing the raw material, then we have to assemble the raw material in a systematic manner, so that it will be easier for the production department to produce the output product. Okay. So when a producer wants to produce something, produce a kind of product, then it has to collect a lot of raw material. All those raw materials cannot be purchased from only one supplier. Okay. Different kind of supplier supply different kind of raw material. So this is what done in buying section. And what is assembling? All these raw materials will have to be assembled at one place, so that it can be found out whether the raw materials are sufficient, whether this is enough to purchase the product or not, and the quality of the raw materials will also be evaluated, so that the producer can think of producing something. Okay. If buying and assembling will not be done at a time, then the production department will not be able to produce quality goods, and the consumers will not be getting the product, which will hamper the goodwill or the reputation of that particular product. So buying and assembling is very important for doing any kind of marketing strategy, because if the product is not good, then any kind of other strategies like price mix, place mix, promotion mix will not work, because consumers are going to purchase the product only. So that product should be of good quality according to the need and desire of the consumer. Third one is our standardization. As the name suggests, here we should maintain a specific standard. So let us go through it. These days, goods are produced on the basis of set standards as to the quality, quantity, size, color, shape, weight, etc. So these are different standards which are being maintained. When we talk about standardized product, it does not mean that it should be of best quality. It means that the goods are of certain specified quality. So what is standardization? Standardization means maintaining a specific quality for a product. For example, we can think of normal example in our day-to-day lives. If I am an average student, I am securing 80% marks or 70% marks in a particular in my examinations, then that is my standard. Okay, so what is standardization means? Standardization means I have to maintain that 70% standard throughout my career in order to be a standardized student. Okay, similarly, when we are purchasing a soap or a toothpaste or an air conditioner or a mobile phone, etc., so if we are purchasing from a particular company, like I am purchasing tea from Tata company only, Tata tea, okay, like I am consuming salt, that is Tata salt only, so I can differentiate if there is any kind of variation in the standards. Okay, so every producer producing any kind of product should maintain the quality of that product, whether it is good or bad, the standardization should be maintained. Standardization doesn't tell that the product should be of best quality. No, the standardization tells that whether it should be good quality or bad quality, it should maintain its standard. It means when a producer first produces something, this will be a good standard and it will create a consumer base. But after certain time period, if that product becomes lower, its standard becomes lower, then the consumers will not purchase, because the consumers who are regularly using that product can differentiate between the different kind of standards. Okay, so standardization of a product is very important for the success of the product. Another thing that comes under standardizing is grading, which I have already discussed in my previous video lectures. Under grading, different type of things are there, like branding, packaging, labeling. I have discussed this earlier. So standardization and grading is very important factor in determining the success of the product in the competitive market. So next function under marketing is storage. Storage is an essential function which creates time utility. There is usually a time gap between production and consumption. So commodities have to be stored to protect them from spoilage and deterioration. So storage is an important part in kind of marketing function. So what do you mean by storage? Storage starts from purchasing the raw material and it continues till the product reaches to the consumer. So storage includes time utility. What is time utility? When the raw materials gets purchased from the supplier, then the producer or the manufacturer has to store that particular raw material in its storehouse or in its warehouse, so that the raw material purchase will not get spoiled. Okay, and by the way of time, some raw materials will get transferred from one place to another place, that means from the storehouse or the warehouse to the factory. Okay, then the raw materials will be converted to the final product, and after that, that final product will be sold to the wholesaler, then the wholesaler will sell those products to the retailer, and finally retailer will sell the product to the consumer. So storage is very important, because if the raw materials will not get stored, then because if the raw materials will not get stored, then the raw material will demolish, the raw materials will deteriorate, and the producer cannot purchase goods from that particular raw material, and that will be a loss to the company. Okay, so storage is a very important function under marketing head. Next one is our transportation. It means physical movement of goods. I told you already, storage creates time utility and transportation creates place utility. Okay, so transportation means physical movement of goods from one place to another. This is one of the primary functions of marketing. Whether it is small scale or large scale production, movement of raw material is essential. Production is useless unless and until it is transported to the market for consumption. I have already told this to you. The raw material gets stored in the warehouse, then it is being transported to the factory side, then the raw materials gets converted to the finished product, and then the finished product is transported to the wholesaler, and eventually it reaches to the consumer. So transportation is very important, because if transportation will not be there, then the producer then the consumers will not get their final product. Okay, so transportation basically includes place utility where different kind of vehicles are there to transport. If I am doing small scale business, then I can use auto rickshaws or trolleys in order to transport my product. Similarly, in large scale, if I am doing import export, then I can use helicopters or aeroplanes or ships in order to move my goods from one country to another country. So transport constitutes a very important part in the context of marketing, because if transportation is not there, then production is useless. That is what is written here. Production is useless unless and until it is transported to the market for consumption. Next one is our financing. Financing function is an essential part of marketing. It means arrangement of adequate finance for performing various marketing activities. Business firms need finance from the very beginning, from the very first stage of manufacturing till the stage of selling. So what is financing? What is finance? Finance is the provision of money at the time when it is required. For example, I am starting a business. Okay, in order to start a business, I need a basic finance which is called venture capital finance or seed finance. Okay, so that can be, for example, 5 lakh rupees or 6 lakh rupees. So the owner starting a business has to think of where he can raise the finance. Okay, if I am having only 5 lakh rupees with me, but for starting business I need 10 lakh rupees, so I have to raise another 5 lakh rupees, rest 5 lakh rupees from different kind of sources. So financing constitutes a very important part in the context of total production department or purchasing department. Every department needs finance. So if we take into account the marketing department, it is very important to get proper finance for that department. Why? Because in order to do marketing, in order to selling of that particular product, marketing is very important. Marketing includes different kind of activities like promotional activities, advertisement, sales promotion, personal selling, direct selling, publicity, PR activities, etc. So in order to fulfill these needs of marketing department, finance is required. Okay, so financing is very important. Without finance, no business can run. That also applicable in marketing department. Last function under marketing is risk bearing. Marketing involves many risks and uncertainties. Marketing risk may be defined as the danger of loss from unforeseen circumstances. There are certain risks which cannot be insured, such as fall in prices, changes in demand, changes in fashion, etc. So what is risk? Risk is the chances of having any kind of loss. Okay, so marketing also involves many kind of risks. So these risks can be different types of risks are there. So this risk can be defined as the danger of facing any kind of loss. If I am doing any kind of marketing, but suddenly the demand of my product fell down, so this is the kind of risk. I can face a huge amount of loss. Okay, so fall in prices can be there, changes in the demand of the consumers will be there, changes in fashion. We all know fashion is changing drastically. So I am bearing a huge amount of risk in this kind of activities. So we can differentiate here. This is written down. Marketing risks can be classified into 3 categories. First one is a risks due to changes in the market conditions. Second one, risks arising due to uncontrollable natural causes. Third one is the risk arising due to human behavior. So first one is risks due to changes in the market condition. Changes in the market conditions like fall in the demand, availability of competitors in the market, etc. So these can be changes in the market condition, inflation, recession, etc. So second one is a risks arising due to uncontrollable natural causes. These causes are like storm, flood, tsunami, earthquake, etc. So these are uncontrollable natural causes. We cannot control that particular causes. Third one is a risk arising due to human behavior. Human behavior like strike, lockout, etc. So So workers group do different kind of strikes in different times. So these are different kind of marketing risks which are classified into 3 categories, and this can affect any kind of business drastically. So this is what marketing functions is. These are the functions which are included in marketing, like product planning, development, storage, warehousing, standardization and grading, etc. So I hope you have understood the video. If you didn't get that, if you didn't get something, you can ask me in the comment box. I will discuss your doubt. Further, I will discuss in my next class, in my next video lecture. This is for today. Thank you for watching.